What's good, y'all? Reds here. Today's hardware review features Lutin Brushworks V2 Badger knot. Many of you recall Lutin Brushworks popped onto the brush making scene last year, offering these fractal burned wood handles, whereby no handle is the same because of the uniqueness of the fractal burning process here. Beautiful stamping in the bottom, hard to see with the lighting in here. Recently they improved their knot to a V2 knot is what they're calling it now, and wanted to do a comparison to the V2 knot, which I have and have previously reviewed. I will link that below. So before we get into the V2 knot and how it feels on the face with a lather, I do want to compare it to the V2 knot for a moment here. This is the V2 knot, as you can see. Pretty dense knot. It has fairly soft gel tips. You can see there's every here and there's a little bit of a black fiber hair, whereas this is the V2. It's quite a bit more dense. It's more white at the tips. Perhaps you can see better this way. These are both 25mm knots, set at about the same depth. This one's a little bit lower, but you can see the coverage area on the new V2 is going to be a bit greater because of the density of the knot itself. I'm going to go ahead and wet each brush and show you the tip gelling. Fairly similar. This is the V2, this is the V2. You can see the clumps on this one are more pronounced and a little bit fatter, if you will, based on the density of the knot itself. They have about the same stiffness, maybe a touch more stiff on this due to the added density of the knot. This one is noticeably softer, not by a huge margin, but it's definitely an upgrade in, you know, gel tip softness, if you will. Let's get on with a lather and we'll talk a bit more about how this V2 knot works. Used a firm soap to show that it still loads very heavily if you want. So the tip softness on the V2 is enhanced over the V2. This feels like a what I'll call a luxury knot, whereas the V2 was more of a mid-range type feeling. Still semi-luxurious, but not, you know, that premium luxury feeling you're getting recently out of things like the That Darn Rob Fanchurian knot, or the recently released Maggard razored super high density knot. This feels more like those. There in V2. You can see nice coverage area, easy splay, really pillowy feeling. Density is about on par, I'd say, with something like the That Darn Rob Fanchurian. Perhaps a touch less dense than the Maggard super high density. But overall, I'm just really impressed with this knot. It really takes the Lutin Brushworks offering to that next level of premium feeling brush offering, if you will. The nice thing about this knot too is it comes at no extra cost to the consumer. Lutin has made the decision to offer these knots, which probably cost him a bit more in terms of purchase, wholesale purchase. He's offering them in his new handles at no additional, you know, charge to the consumer. So he's eating the difference in price in the V2 knot versus the V2, which is, you know, that's what all good artisans should do if they've found something better that's going to keep their brand moving and continuing forward. So color me impressed with the V2 knot. So I think it's pretty clear I'm really pleased with the V3 knot offering from Lutin Brushworks. 25mm fan style 2-band badger. Really ups the luxury of this brush offering, and you can see really nice post rinse bloom on this brush itself. Really nice density. Happy to provide this review. Congrats to Lutin on continuing to progress as an artisan and continue to offer great products and not rest on your laurels. So congrats on that. As always, thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it. Comment below if you have anything to say. And if you're not already a subscriber, please become one. See ya.